We're all the way down this road. This is going to be a huge harvest for our medicinal elderberries. Awesome. Thank you for showing me these, Gord. So we passed a whole bunch of this.
Not like this. You passed that in May. But look how big they are. Look at my hand in there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's monsters. Now see this one, it hasn't even opened up yet. Neither has the one out top. This one hasn't opened.
It smells nice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's me, dear.
I can smell it.
But I don't know whether these are going to fruit this year. My question is, do I trim it? Like, do I prune it this fall when it's dormant? You know, because they only fruit on new growth. See this green color here of this stalk?
Yeah.
That's new growth. See back here where it's dark? That's, well, this is still new growth, but it's older growth. Now look at that stalk there. That's old growth.
Yes.
So it only fruits on new growth. So that tells me that I have to prune it every year to get the fruit, new growth. So this one here, like I said, I cut it off here last year, and this is all new growth. But it had a baby, which is right here. Now it's 3 of them here. This is the baby that I cut off at the ground level.
Okay.
You know, and so this was an experiment to see, well, do I cut them off at ground level? But this one here hasn't got any flowers on it, so I'm doubting it's going to have any flowers this year.
Yeah, and we're like end of July.
Well, and if it does have flowers, like I've been waiting for these things for at least a month because they've been headed up and everything else. I'm saying, open up, you guys, open up. You know, they were, you know, this way.
Yeah.
And finally, just in the last 3 or 4 days, they opened up. Well, do they have enough time now? Look how fucking tall it is. It's 12 feet tall.
I know.
It's 12 feet tall. Now, I cut that thing down to 3 feet off the ground. This one I cut at ground level. And now there's 4 of them here. So what I'm going to do in dormant, I'm going to dig up 2 or 3 of them and plant them somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then so I thought, where am I going to put them? Well, the perfect spot would be out here. Come here. The perfect spot would be out here. So it's out of the way. I'm not going to run it over with snow plow or the truck or nothing. So I get here, and what do I see? There's one here already. So then I've been experimenting with this propagation technique. You see this black thing down here?
Yeah.
That's on a branch of it. So what I did was I took all the bark off this branch here and I put this thing on it, and there's soil in there, and the idea is that it's going to fill this with roots. So I just have to snip underneath it. Now I got a full plant with roots and top and everything else.
Yep.
It's not like cutting this off and sticking it in some dirt and, oh, you're going to root it and now you got to wait 2 years and it's going to do whatever. This is already a viable plant, but it's all the work is done by the original plant and not by me. So hopefully.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's all experimenting because I never did any of this before, and we'll see where it goes. But I like the idea. Like I got them balls out in the bush on different ones I found out there. I got them out here, and one of the ones I had out here, I noticed that the leaves were fading on that branch. That tells me that I didn't do it right.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah.
So it's going to die. So I snipped it off way ahead of time. Like it was only supposed to leave that on for 6 or 7 weeks or 8 weeks or something. It was only about 4 weeks. I snipped it off. I opened it up. It had roots starting, but it wasn't enough to nurture the rest of the plant. So now I stuck it in some dirt and it's going to grow.
Okay.
But if I left it in that, it would kill that branch. But the idea is you're getting a full tree, full plant, while it's still living on the mother plant.
Yeah.
So if the mother plant has 6 arms, you could theoretically put 6 of these things on it, take 6 full plants off of that plant, and you've still got the mother plant that you haven't fucked with.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all experimental to me, but I'm just learning as I go along. But these are massive, massive. I haven't seen this out in the bush. I haven't seen this big of clusters out in the bush. I just really hope it has enough time to
Berry off?
berry off, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that means we're gonna have a longer season this year.
No, we're gonna have snow next week, so fuck off.
Mother Earth wouldn't do this.
No, but Father Asshole would.
Well, Father Asshole says, screw you, Mother Earth. Mother Earth says, bye-bye, law.
You did that already.
Yeah.
But if you want to see some berries, we'll go out here. And the berries are still small right now. And more prolific berries. Because the plants that I have here that have berries only have 1 cluster or 2 clusters or 3 clusters. So, but I'm thinking that's because they're wild plants. So this dormancy, I will cut them back and watch them grow next year, because the berries only produce on new growth. So we go back here and look at these ones here. I haven't altered any of these. More of that wild lettuce here.
And touch-me-nots.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep. Look at this wild lettuce here, wild lettuce there.
Wild lettuce.
Well, this had fucking berries last week. They're gone now, the fucking birds. So I bought netting. But this here is not this thing, this is just raspberry. This is elderberry. And there's wild lettuce again.
Yeah.
But there's one elderberry here. Look at that wild lettuce there.
Yeah.
Look at that monster. This one here, I got that tag, so I'm going to dig it up and replant it. It just grew there by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically on my property, I thought I had a few berries, but
You had a whole whack of them.
I know, and there's two bunches over here. Well, look at this one over here. This is one that I put that black ball on. Look at these fucking things. I put this black ball on this to propagate, and it started killing it. So there's two little clusters. Here. Birds have already got most of it, so I'm not going to get nothing off of this.
Oh, no.
So that's why I got the netting.
Freaking birds.
So for next year, I'm going to put netting over this, and then there's another big bed. It's right in a big pile of roots and stuff that's been pushed up. But it's all a learning curve. See the birds? See how they've eaten all this?
Mm-hmm.
This was full of berries.
Yeah.
So they haven't even got to be big enough and ripe enough.
Yeah.
Because when they're ripe enough, they fold down like an umbrella, upside down umbrella.
Yeah.
So now they're just sticking out. But, you know, it's all a learning curve, and now I know that the netting will save my bacon.
Yeah.
And this thing here is a Nanking cherry. These ones here are Nanking cherry. I've had them for 7 years. I got one cherry this year. The first fucking cherry, and I guess the birds got it, but well, I haven't seen a cherry in years, but that's another video. But they're doing good. They're not dying or anything like that, but they're just not producing. So I don't know if Nanking is asexual or not, whether you need a male and a female.
Good question.
To research it.
Well, my apple tree went in 3 years ago and it hasn't produced an apple yet.
See that thing with the string on it?
Yeah.
That's an apple tree.
And how long was it there for?
It was there about 8 years, and then one day it got 4 apples on it. And in the middle of the night, I could hear the fucking raccoon singing, "Apples, man, apples." They broke it all to pieces. Man, this guy got apples. And I don't know what's going on here. This is, it's just too bizarre. They got the flowers going all the way up to fucking, down here, all the way up. Like, the flowers are supposed to be right up here. These flowers haven't opened up yet.
Wild lettuce.
Yeah, but, well, now he's gonna fall. This guy was holding them up.
Yeah.
The Hopi.
So my friend, he has a really nice pool with steps in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every morning he'd get up and there'd be mud in the steps.
Mud on the steps?
All the way down.
Beavers.
And he's going, what the hell? What
Muskrats.
the hell? So he sets up the game camera.
Yeah.
It's the raccoons.
Is it?
They're taking the crabapples off the trees
Wash them.
and they're going down to his steps and they're washing them off.
No
They're
way.
dirty.
No
They leave
way.
muck in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how he caught it.
Well, and then plus there's shitting in there too. And he said, oh, man, this soap is kind of gritty. Smells like corn.
Gord's Hopies.
Yeah. So yeah, they're fighting hard to anyway. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this is the poppy that you want too. See this poppy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be so, it's the bitterest thing. It's so bitter. But, and then it turns black later on. When you're dealing with it, you have to get it to black and all this shit.
Okay.
That's doubles.
Okay.
So I mark them all when I see a double because you can't tell the difference when they look like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I mark them all and say, okay, well, we're going to keep them one separate. Well, I kept them separate, but somehow I fucked up and I ended up, geez, that's really bitter. It's tasting now.
I didn't taste it.
Oh, geez. You're lucky. But these, I don't know what this other thing is here with the bee balm. I was going to pull it all out, but I thought, well, I probably planted it on purpose.
I have one.
Is it some kind of wild, not a wild geranium or anything? Look at the leaves. They look like geranium leaves.
Yeah, they do. I tried to look in my books too and I couldn't find it. So that's bee balm.
This is bee balm. Bergamot is the regular word.
And I gotta
Look at the bees there, eh?
gotta try to find out what the other one is. I had the same thing in my garden.
Yeah. There's another. See that one there is just getting ready. That wild. See the big
Yeah.
seed thing at the top? Well, it's just getting ready to flower. This is the time to harvest it. Look at all the bees over in that one. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
But there's a lady in town with purple this. And I've got seeds from her before. She lets me take them. But they've never, ever come up for me.
You got your St. John's wort.
That one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. But,
And this is Pearly Everlasting, it's called.
I love that's pearly. Well, this
Yeah.
is
And then-
fennel.
And this yarrow.
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 Look at the little weird looking bee there.
There's lots of different.
That's a weird looking bee. He gotcha!
It's like a wasp.